the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer.
What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of the DJ Paul and Lord Infamous Come With Me to Hell Part 1. Alright, and this is the remastered version. And y'all should know who DJ Paul and Lord Infamous is, was. If you check out my other reviews of the 3-6 Mafia albums, Prophet Posse, all that good stuff. Now, this tape here, or this album, this was originally made in 1994. It was an underground tape, and then they got it remastered in 2014 under SAT Entertainment, meaning Scalaton. And this is the real CD here. And I'm going to review this in the near future if I haven't already. I did so many reviews. But anyway, I remember when I first heard this tape back in the day. I ain't gonna say back in the day, but I guess back in 2000 something, that's when I first heard it. I thought this was a really bumping album, but I got a little change of heart of that, and I'll get more of that in the future. So, the only producer for this album was DJ Paul, and there were no features, even though the original feature was Juicy J, which I'll get to on this review. All right, so let's do the songs now. I'll zoom in a little bit. Should be able to see it right here. And I like this picture, by the way. This picture is classic with DJ Paul holding the gun, Lord Infamous with the shades, with the blunt in his mouth. Let's go with the songs. The first one is just an intro, and it's a scary intro. If y'all remember, the Chapter 2 World Domination had this same type of intro as well. The only difference between this and the other one, this intro here is a little longer than the Chapter 2 World Domination version. Scary as heck. Next one is 1,000 Blunts. This is a DJ mix, and it's a really bumping DJ mix. This is a sample of the Lord Infamous, I think I Smoke 1,000 Blunts. And then I believe that's MJG on the sample too. So it's a really dope mix for those that love DJ mixes. Long and Hard, this is a pretty solid track. If you can tolerate the content of this song, then you'll bump it. But this version of this song is kind of like the porno movie track from Mystic Styles, but it's more up-tempo. And DJ Paul and Lord Infamous, they came through with some pretty nice verses. Lord, he's funny with the verse, and then DJ Paul did the same thing. But overall, I think this is like a solid track for them. Drop It Off Your Ass, Fool, or Drop It Off Your Ass, that's the name of the track. And this song is pretty nice. The beat is nice. Lord Infamous come through with a dope verse. Paul does the same. And I like the little samples that they're using on this song, like the mixes. And it's a really dope Skinny Pimp sample. Wear them heavy, wear them heavy, wear them heavy. That's how I go towards it. And I love that part, like towards the end. It's dope, man. Take Care of Your Business. This is another nice track from Paul and Lord. The hook is kind of simple. It's a basic hook. DJ Paul comes through with a pretty nice verse. Lord comes through with a really dope verse. He doing the tongue twisting and all that good stuff on here. This is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album. Lick My Nuts. This track is a Lord Infamous solo. And if y'all remember, Lick My Nuts was pretty much Lord Infamous single, I guess underground, so to speak. This is more like a remix type deal. He comes through with the pretty much the same verses from the original Lick My Nuts version. And it's a funny hook too. Lick my nuts, suck my butt, suck my butt. But this song is pretty good. I think the other version to me is better, but that's just my opinion. Smoke a Junt. This is another, I don't know if you want to call it a remix But this, another track like this, it was from the DJ Paul Volume 15. And it would be nice if he does a remastered version of that as well. But this track is pretty nice. Lord coming through with the dope verses. This is another solo of Lord. Y'all know what this song about, smoking and all that good stuff. You ain't mad, is ya? This is another nice track from Paul and Lord. There's a sample like jump like you want some. And then you got you ain't mad, is you? You ain't mad, is you? It's a simple hook. And then Lord Infamous come through with a dope verse. And then Paul does a nice job on there. Again, this is a solid track for me. The next one is All Dirty Hoes. This track is really nice. And the hook is pretty simple, not bad. Lord Infamous come through with a nice verse talking about these gals out here. And then Paul does the same thing. Now, Juicy J was originally on this song, but I guess they cut him off. I don't know why. I guess they just wanted to make it just a simple DJ Paul and Lord Infamous track. But Juice verse was pretty much the same verse from the Project Pat album called F or B from the Murders and Robbers album. 187 Invitation. Now this right here is my junk, man. This track goes hard. And it's a dope sample from Lord Infamous song South Memphis. I think that was the name of it. That was from his solo tape. So come and get some 187 Invitation. It goes hard. And then that beat on there is very eerie. And then Lord comes through with some dope verses, man. This tongue twisting and all that stuff. This is easily one of my favorite tracks off of the album, man. This thing bumping. Back Against the Wall. This is a nice track from Paul and Lord. Now, if y'all remember, they had a Back Against the Wall track off of the Mystic Styles, and I was digging it. But this one right here, I think this is the first version of it, and this track is pretty good as well. Don't get it twisted. But I think the Mystic Styles version is 10 times better than this one, even though this one is pretty bumping too. But Lord and Paul come through with some really nice verses, and there's some dope samples on the hook, like dope mixes, you know, in between. I love that part. And the next one is Shout Outs, and the last track is Too Deep to Breathe. Now this is a really dope track from these guys. Paul comes through with a really dope verse, and then Lord Infamous does this thing as well. And it's a solid beat. And that hook, man, that hook on there is on point. I love that sample. I think it's Spice One on the hook. And it's really dope. It's a nice way to end off the album. So, that's all the songs that I reviewed for the album. I pretty much did all of them, except a few. But to rate this out of a 10, I would give this a solid 8 to an 8.5. So I would give it an 8.25. I remember when I first heard this album back a while ago, and I thought it was bumping. But now that I've listened to it again, I thought it's pretty good. I mean, as a 3 6 Mafia fan himself, I think this is probably one of the weaker tapes from these guys, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because they had plenty of underground tapes back in the day. I guess in a way of form, it didn't age well, so to speak. But for those that like this album, I think you would definitely dig it. But a person like myself, I don't see myself really playing this album as much as I used to. Maybe I played it too much and I'm kind of tired of it. Maybe, I don't know. But when I heard it again, I was like, there's a lot of solid tracks on there. There's nothing bad necessarily, but I guess I kind of outgrown it, so to speak. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But it's not bad. I gotta repeat that. It's not a bad album. But shout out to DJ Paul, rest in peace to Lord Infamous, for coming out with a nice album. I'm glad this got remastered though. I'm hoping that part 2 Call Me to Hell Part 2 would get remastered in the future, which I think was bumping, by the way, but that's another topic for another video. But that's it. Shout out to all the producer, just one producer, and no features. All right, much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.